I guess it would be great if people could stick to the word counts, which are specified, because sometimes I feel we tend to overdo it when we're doing submissions. We think like, or we should put in like way too many details when it comes across as more holistic. I think it's an art. It's not as easy as it sounds to have a very short and crisp summary. Actually, putting a short and crisp summary is tougher than putting a long, elaborate paragraph. So if someone can curate that and put it across, I think it's great when you're looking at entries, especially to judge, because then you know, hey, these are the key highlights. This is what I'm looking at, and this is the impact it drove. Otherwise, yeah, I feel we end up reading certain entries, and sometimes you feel like, okay, we went through all of this, but you're still unclear on what the clear takeout was. So I guess, yeah, if you're crisp and concise on what you're trying to drive as a message, would be super helpful.
Other thing which I think sometimes is missed is that each awards or a category has a certain criteria, and normally it's pretty well defined. So word count could be one. It could be, hey, we're looking at, for example, this award's more of effectiveness, or these are about more creativity. So align to that criteria first of all, because I mean, you're entering into a competition where there's some certain rules. You got to play with those. You might have a great entry. You might have done a really good job, but if you're not putting it or showcasing in those parameters, it can definitely be something which judges, might not go your way. So the one is sticking to the criteria and following them. The B is, I would say, is that a lot of times a single entry or a campaign, for example, could be nominated under multiple categories. Example, best of use of video on mobile. It could be also be effectiveness. It could also be, I don't know, social platform usage, for example. Now, if you're doing that, then make sure you kind of tailor your entry to that particular category that you're nominating your entry towards. A lot of times is that it's you build one great case study and you try to put it everywhere because you've done your best piece of work. But I think it might help you in a certain category, but then you might just completely lose out because on a complementary category where there was expectation was of understanding how you use a particular platform or channel or a tactic, you might miss out completely. So I think for me, these things I think are very basic, but I think I still feel a lot of times it's just one piece which just goes, it's like one size fits all, which I think is not a great tactic when submitting awards.
Blank submission. Don't do that. I think what you can do is to be strategic with how you're submitting it. So say this is your first time submitting. There might be a newcomer category for you. So go for that. If there's a category that you excel in, that you find that the campaign is most about, say, UX, for example, aim for that. So when you do go in quite hard and quite distinct on your entry, it actually makes it a lot better. It gives you a better chance at winning.